Life is full of meaningful connections, but also misunderstandings and emotional ups and downs. At times we feel overwhelmed by anger, frustration, or confusion. But what if we could face these challenges with more clarity and calm? Imagine playing Monopoly. You're close to landing on a hotel that could wipe you out. Stress builds, but instead of panicking, you pause, think ahead, and play smart. That's the power of staying calm under pressure. In this video, I'll share 7 powerful Stoic lessons to help you handle conflict with wisdom and confidence. These aren't just ideas, they're practical tools to help you stay grounded and respond, not react. Let's begin this journey toward more peace, resilience, and strength. Number 1, care less about people's opinions. In today's world, we often find ourselves caught in the exhausting cycle of worrying about what others think. Does this person accept me? Will they judge me? Sometimes this anxiety can take over our lives, leaving us feeling trapped and helpless. But Stoic philosophy teaches us something profound. Caring too much about the opinions of others is like locking ourselves in a prison of insecurity and doubt. Imagine you're playing a video game where every move you make is judged by the other players watching from the sidelines. They criticize your strategy, mock your choices, and laugh when you make a mistake. Now, you could let this pressure get to you, trying to play in a way that pleases them, constantly worrying about their approval. But here's the catch. No matter how hard you try, someone will always find something to judge. Instead, what if you just focused on your own game? Ignore the noise, play with your instincts, and follow the strategy that works best for you. Slowly, you realize that the more you let go of their opinions, the better you perform. You stop hesitating, you make bold moves, and before you know it, you're winning. Not because you played for them, but because you stayed true to yourself. That's the power of caring less about others' opinions. When you stop letting their judgment control you, you regain your freedom and focus on what truly matters, your own path to victory. The great Stoic philosopher Epictetus reminds us that external things, like what others think, only affect us if we allow them to. When we become obsessed with how others see us, we give up control of our happiness and peace. Imagine tying yourself down with invisible strings of anxiety, letting every glance, every whisper, and every judgment dictate how you feel. Is that how you want to live? Take a moment to reflect. When you make decisions, are you doing it because it's truly what you believe is right? Or are you driven by fear of judgment? Are you living the life you want? Or are you unknowingly living by someone else's expectations? Breaking free from this cycle of overcaring starts with letting go of the things beyond your control, especially the opinions of others. Consider the example of Jesus, a symbol of unwavering faith and resilience. Despite being ridiculed, misunderstood, and judged, he stayed true to his mission. His journey reminds us that to live a truly meaningful life, we must hold on to our core values and not let society's fleeting judgments sway us. Think about some of the world's greatest leaders, creators, and visionaries, people like Steve Jobs. He was doubted, criticized, and told he was wrong, but he didn't let others' opinions define his vision. Instead, he stayed true to himself, and in doing so, he left an unforgettable mark on the world. Caring less about others' opinions doesn't mean being indifferent or disrespectful. It means valuing your personal beliefs and refusing to be swayed by things beyond your control. When you focus on what truly matters, you begin to live a freer, more authentic, and deeply meaningful life. So, ask yourself, will you live life on your terms, or will you let others decide your path? Number 2, embrace honesty. Why does the truth matter? Have you ever wondered why we sometimes shy away from the truth? Why do we often choose the easier path of hiding or avoiding honesty, especially when lies or deceit can offer immediate relief? In a world filled with chaos and uncertainty, embracing honesty becomes a rare yet profoundly brave act. Imagine you're playing an online game and halfway through the match, your internet lags, causing you to miss a crucial move. Suddenly, the other players start blaming you for the team's failure. You know it wasn't entirely your fault, but here's your chance. You could easily throw the blame onto someone else or even pretend the lag didn't happen. But instead, you decide to fess up. You type into the chat, "Sorry, my connection dropped for a second, that's on me." At first you feel the sting of owning up to your mistake, but then something surprising happens. Instead of attacking you, the other players appreciate your honesty and rally to make a comeback. By embracing the truth, you didn't just protect your integrity, you earned respect and turned a frustrating moment into a shared lesson in teamwork. For a Stoic philosopher, honesty isn't just about speaking the truth, it's about having the courage to live truthfully with yourself, others, and the world around you. Picture a situation at work where you're under immense pressure and you discover a critical error in a major project. This mistake, if exposed, could tarnish your reputation and maybe even jeopardize the career you've spent years building. What would you do? Would you stay silent to protect yourself? Or would you have the courage to report the error, knowing it could bring consequences you fear? Choosing honesty may not be the easy way out, but it is the only path to respect and trust. When you speak the truth, you protect your integrity, build trust with those around you, and form stronger, more authentic relationships. Most importantly, being honest with yourself leads to a life without regret, a life you can look back on with pride. A powerful example of honesty comes from the life of Jesus Christ. He didn't just preach about truth, he lived it, even when he knew it could cost him everything. Despite the risk, he chose to be truthful, and his courage has inspired millions across centuries. His life reminds us that even in the face of great loss, honesty is the path to spiritual peace and growth. Now ask yourself, have there been times when you chose to hide the truth to avoid discomfort? Have you ever shielded your ego with lies? It's natural to feel afraid, but remember, honesty requires courage. And while it can feel uncomfortable in the moment, it's the only path that brings lasting peace to the soul. Without truth, trust slowly fades and relationships become fragile. Choose honesty, not just for others, but for yourself. When we live without deceit, we experience true freedom, freedom of spirit and mind. Let honesty be your guide. It's not always the easiest choice, but it's always the right one. Living truthfully with yourself and others will free you in ways you can't even imagine. Number 3, avoid taking things personally. Have you ever felt deeply hurt by someone's words or actions, convinced that they were trying to hurt you on purpose? This is one of the most common mental traps we fall into, taking things personally. Now picture this, you're at work and a coworker suddenly snaps at you during a team project. Your initial reaction is to feel hurt and angry, thinking they must dislike you. But then you remember the Stoic principle of not taking things personally. You pause and consider that they might be stressed about deadlines or facing issues of their own. When you approach them later, calmly asking if they need help, you discover they were overwhelmed and grateful for your support. By avoiding personalizing their reaction, you turn a potential conflict into an opportunity for connection and collaboration. But Stoic philosophy shows us a better way. It teaches us that personalizing every situation is a fast track to unnecessary suffering and stress. Avoid taking things personally. That's our next Stoic principle. The philosopher King of Rome, Marcus Aurelius, once said, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. And this you have the power to revoke at any moment." These words are a powerful reminder that the actions or words of others often do not carry the personal meaning we attach to them. Everyone has their own motives, struggles, and challenges. Sometimes what others do or say has nothing to do with us at all. Instead, it reflects their emotional state or the situations they're dealing with. Imagine this: you're in an important meeting and a colleague suddenly criticizes your work. Your first reaction: hurt, anger, feeling attacked. But if you pause, breathe, and take a step back, you might realize they're under pressure, stressed about a looming deadline, or maybe they simply want to improve the project, not tear you down. Understanding that not everything is a personal attack helps you to free yourself from a whirlwind of negative emotions. When you stop personalizing things, you can approach situations with calmness and wisdom. You respond rather than react. This not only brings peace to your heart, but it also creates the opportunity for stronger, more meaningful relationships. Imagine a world where we all listen more and react less. Conflicts would fade and understanding would flourish. A profound historical example of not taking things personally is the life of Jesus Christ. During his crucifixion, he endured immense suffering. Yet instead of harboring resentment toward those who caused him pain, he prayed, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." This wasn't just an act of forgiveness. It was a deep understanding that those who hurt him were acting out of ignorance, not malice. Jesus chose compassion over personalization, showing a strength of spirit that still inspires millions. Now ask yourself, are you personalizing the issue too much? Are the words or actions of others truly an attack on you, or are they just reactions stemming from their own struggles? Recognizing this can free you from carrying unnecessary burdens of hurt and anger. It allows you to approach life with more empathy and less judgment. When we avoid personalizing issues, we show patience, compassion, and understanding. It keeps our hearts at peace, even when faced with criticism or conflict. Remember, everyone is walking their own path, and their actions are often more about them than they are about you. Living with compassion, first and foremost, is about freeing yourself. Always remember, you have the power to choose how to perceive and respond to every situation in life. Number 4, cultivate patience. Patience isn't just about waiting for things to happen. It's the quiet strength that allows us to endure challenges, accept the process, and persist despite obstacles. In today's fast-paced world, patience has become almost a forgotten art. We rush through our lives, always seeking the next achievement, often overlooking the fact that true growth happens in the waiting, in the struggle, and in the journey itself. Think about Steve Jobs, the co-founder of Apple. After being fired from the very company he built, he could have easily given up. But instead, he patiently pursued his new ventures, Next and Pixar, both of which were small companies at the time. His patience paid off. He returned to Apple and transformed it into one of the world's leading technology companies. Imagine if Jobs had given up in those tough times. How different would the tech world be today? Patience isn't just a key to success in business, it's also essential in personal relationships. Consider Nelson Mandela, who endured 27 years of imprisonment for his unwavering belief in justice and equality. Despite the injustices he faced, Mandela never lost patience or abandoned his ideals. His patience became a symbol of reconciliation and led to the creation of a new South Africa where everyone was treated equally. Even in the life of Jesus Christ, we see the perfect example of patience. He patiently taught, healed, and guided people even when they opposed or misunderstood him. Jesus didn't rush to force others to see the truth. Instead, he waited, showing love and compassion step by step until people were ready to understand. So, what does it truly mean to cultivate patience? It doesn't mean giving up on your dreams or ambitions. It means recognizing that everything, great achievements, personal growth, relationships, takes time to mature and flourish. Patience is not passive. It's an active force that allows you to endure difficulties with grace and keep moving forward. When you live with patience, not just with others, but also with yourself, life becomes a much smoother journey. Remember, success isn't just about the end goal, it's about the process. Patience helps you embrace each small step, knowing that every effort has value and that the best things often come to those who are willing to wait. So, ask yourself, are you losing patience with yourself or with others? Are you demanding immediate results without appreciating the value of the journey? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. And now, as we reach the halfway mark of this video, I want to take a moment to express my gratitude to you. Your presence here shows that you are truly committed to your self-improvement journey. Congratulations on making it this far. Now let's shift our focus to the remaining principles and discover how to pause your thoughts and deepen your journey of growth. Number 5. Tune out negativity. Do you ever feel like your mind is a battlefield of negative thoughts constantly being tossed around by doubt, fear, and selfish impulses? Marcus Aurelius, the wise Stoic emperor, once said, "Stop allowing your mind to be a slave, to be jerked about by selfish impulses, to kick against fate, and to mistrust the future." This quote is a powerful reminder that we must learn to master our thoughts and emotions instead of letting them control and shape our lives. Stoicism doesn't ask us to sugarcoat reality or pretend that life is always smooth. No, it asks us to face reality head-on with a calm and clear mind. Think about a common scenario. You miss out on an important career opportunity. What's your immediate reaction? You may feel crushed, blame yourself, and gradually lose motivation. But the Stoic perspective reminds us that setbacks don't define who we are. Instead of being consumed by negativity, Stoicism teaches us to see every challenge as a stepping stone for growth. Take Oprah Winfrey's life as a real-world example of conquering negativity. Before becoming the media powerhouse we know today, Oprah faced a difficult childhood and numerous career failures. She could have let these setbacks break her spirit. Instead, she chose to rise above, turning each challenge into an opportunity to learn, grow, and keep moving forward. Her unwavering belief in maintaining a positive mindset transformed her life, allowing her to become one of the most influential women in the world. Negativity doesn't just harm you, it spreads to everyone around you, affecting your relationships and the overall environment you create. In the Bible, Jesus teaches us to love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you. This powerful message isn't just about letting go of hatred and resentment. It's about replacing these negative emotions with kindness and forgiveness. When we tune out negativity, we not only bring peace to ourselves, but also create a more positive and uplifting space for those around us. Now, let me ask you, have you ever stopped to consider what negativity is really doing to your life? Do negative thoughts truly bring anything good? Or are they robbing you of your inner peace and joy? When we come to the realization that we have the power to choose our mindset, we unlock the door to a more positive and fulfilling life. Eliminating negativity isn't easy. It takes time, effort, and self-awareness. But it's a journey worth taking if you want to live a meaningful life. Every day we have the choice. Will we allow negativity to overwhelm us, or will we clear it out and make room for optimism and hope? Imagine how much lighter and more beautiful life could be if we focused on the positive, even in the face of adversity. So, ask yourself, are you letting negativity hold you back from the life you truly deserve? If you want to live a life filled with peace and joy, it's time to take control of your thoughts. Let go of negativity and watch your world transform into something brighter, lighter, and more beautiful. Number 6. Embrace love in actions. Have you ever wondered what true love really means? In Stoic philosophy, love is far more than a fleeting emotion. It is a powerful force, a strength that is expressed not just in words, but in our actions. As Epictetus, a renowned Stoic philosopher, once said, love must be more than just spoken. It must come alive in the way we live and act every day. Think about your own life. You may say you love your family, but do you show it? Do you truly listen to them when they speak, support them in tough times, and simply be there for them? Love is not a promise or a temporary feeling. It is a commitment. It's about caring, sacrificing, and putting in the effort to stand by those you care about, even when it's difficult. One of the greatest examples of love expressed through action is found in the life of Jesus Christ. He didn't just preach about love, he lived it. Every miracle he performed, every life he touched, and ultimately his sacrifice on the cross was a demonstration of his deep love for humanity. Jesus didn't just talk about love, he turned it into action, leaving us a shining example of how love should be lived. True love, according to Stoic teachings, also means showing patience, compassion, and respect, especially when others falter. Ask yourself, am I truly loving when I get angry or criticize others? Is love present when we act out of selfishness or frustration? True love shines brightest when we respond with kindness and understanding, not just when things are easy, but when they are most difficult. Consider Mother Teresa, a figure who embodied love in every action. She spent her entire life caring for the poor and sick, offering love and compassion to those society had forgotten. Her actions remind us that love is more than a feeling. It's a lifelong commitment to making the world a kinder, more compassionate place. In our busy, chaotic lives, we sometimes forget that love needs to be expressed through the simplest things, a kind gesture, a gentle word, or a thoughtful action. Let love be the guiding force in your life, because only when love is put into action does it become truly meaningful. Expressing love through actions isn't just a responsibility, it's a joy. It's how we build genuine, lasting relationships, from our family and friends to the wider community. Every loving action we take not only brings happiness to others, but also nourishes our own souls. So take a moment to reflect. Are you showing love through your actions, or are you merely talking about it? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments. We'd love to hear your story. Number 7. Actions over words. The true essence of leadership. Have you ever noticed how the most influential leaders don't need to speak much? They don't command respect through words alone. They inspire others through their actions. In Stoic philosophy, leading by example is not just an effective method, it's the highest form of leadership. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher emperor of Rome, said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." These words remind us that true leadership isn't about preaching values, it's about living them. A true leader shows their beliefs through their actions, allowing others to learn from their example. In the business world, we see a similar example in Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple. Rather than just telling employees to work hard, Cook shows up early and is often the last to leave. His actions inspire his team to give their best because they see their leader doing the same. When we lead by example, we don't need to force others to follow. They are naturally inspired to do so. The life of Jesus Christ offers perhaps the most profound example of leading by example. Jesus didn't just teach love, forgiveness, and humility, he lived these values. Whether washing his disciples' feet, healing the sick, or showing compassion even to those who betrayed him, Jesus' actions spoke louder than words. His life continues to inspire millions around the world over 2,000 years later. So ask yourself, are you leading through your actions or just through your words? Are you living the values you want others to follow? When we lead by example, we build trust and inspire those around us to grow and improve. Leading by example isn't about doing the right thing only when people are watching. It's about living with honesty, patience, and integrity in every situation. Remember, the small actions you take today can create a ripple effect, influencing not only your own life, but the lives of others. Life is a journey filled with challenges and conflicts, but it's through these difficulties that we have the opportunity to grow and find inner peace. Stoic philosophy offers us profound, practical principles that not only help us solve problems, but guide us toward living a more meaningful and fulfilling life. By practicing the 7 Stoic principles, caring less about others' opinions, embracing love in actions, and leading by example, we find the inner strength to overcome conflicts and build relationships based on understanding and compassion. Remember, every challenge is an opportunity to practice calmness, patience, and love. These principles aren't just theoretical ideas, they are guiding lights, showing us how to face life with strength and wisdom. When you apply these teachings to your life, you will not only resolve conflicts with others, but also discover your own inner power. So, walk the path of serenity, patience, and honesty. This is the path Stoic philosophers once walked, and it is the path that leads to a life of fulfillment, meaning, and deep understanding. If you liked this video, please let us know by commenting yes below. If there's something we can improve, comment no, and we'll work to provide even better content for you. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you never miss out on our upcoming videos about Stoic living and personal development. Hit the notification bell to stay updated on our latest releases. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.